G1 Climax, Day 16. Review Day 8 of Block B. We're almost there. We got two more. Two more to go. I start off with the first block match of the show. Tomohiro Ishii versus Juice Robinson. Chops from both men. Scoop power slam by Tomohiro Ishii. Chop out again from both men. I mean, these guys just beat the shit out of each other with chops. I mean, this was... It was awesome. As both guys counter each other's finishers. Juice hits the gutbuster, followed up with a power bomb. Ishii kicks out at 2. Lariat from Juice gets a 2 count. Ishii counters Pulp Friction. Hits his sliding lariat. Juice kicks out. Strike exchange from both men. Ishii hits the brainbuster, and Ishii gets the win. Ishii with 8 points. Hell yeah, Juice Robinson is going to lose more matches than he will win this tournament. That's kind of crazy for him being the IWGP United States Champion. But, like, now Juice Robinson's going to have a lot of U.S. title matches in the future. That is for damn sure. As Zack Sabre Jr. versus Hiroki Goto, the next match. European clutch from Zack gets a 2 count. GTR from Goto. Goto goes for it a second time. This time, Zack counters into a European clutch for the wins. Zack Sabre Jr. with 10 points. Very short rundown of the match. As really, I don't know why, just nothing that felt like mattered, if that makes any sense. Just nothing significant happened up until that European clutch, and then, you know, the GTRs from Goto in the finish. So really, that's what was very strange about that. Maybe, you know, just wasn't watching it as close as I maybe should have. I don't know. Just something was really my summary of the match. As next match, co-main event, Tama Tonga versus Kota Ibushi. Tama Tonga attacks Ibushi during his entrance on the ramp. Tama Tonga rocking a new shirt. Tama Tonga 0 fucks given. That's actually a pretty badass shirt. Though he is a bit of a in some hot waters now with New Japan after, I'm sure most of you know. If you don't know, Tama Tonga got reprimanded by New Japan, the office of New Japan, because he posted a video on, I think, Twitter, about, in Japan, they have a very strict policy of recycling, and they want everybody to go green, and, you know, there's very eco-friendly environment in Japan, especially with what happened, especially in some parts of Japan that got affected during the tsunami earthquake that happened a couple years back. They're trying to go a lot, more eco-friendly, and they kind of have a strict policy about it, which that's cool for me, but I think Tama Tonga was just trying to rib the people on Twitter because he, threw trash into a recycling bin in Japan, and that's a big no-no in Japan. So they kind of reprimanded him for that. They still haven't officially stated what they've done. It could be anything from a fine to less bookings. Who knows? But that's just kind of the thing to look out for in the future. As a beautiful drop kick from Ibushi. Bless that man. As that's a man who won't throw trash into a recycling bin, that's for sure. Kota Ibushi. As Tama Tonga slides into a drop kick. Tama Tonga hits his corner splash on Kota Ibushi. Ibushi counters into a German suplex. Ibushi goes for the triangle moonsault. Tama Tonga stops it. They go into the crowd. Kota Ibushi moonsaults off the railing down below onto Tama Tonga, but before he does it, he high-fives the guy who's still sitting, by him, and he looks so fucking terrified of what's going to happen. And he thinks Kota Ibushi's probably going to die. And he, just before Ibushi does the moonsault, he high-fives him. Does the moonsault. It's such an awesome spot. That was so fucking awesome. Kota Ibushi's the goddamn man. They go back into the ring. Tonga Loa comes to the ringside, distracts Ibushi long enough for Tama Tonga to get back into it. Jumping DDT from Tama Tonga. Ibushi kicks out of it. Tama goes for the gun stun, which Ibushi inadvertently shoves him into the ref. Fale interferes. Kenny Omega comes down. V triggers. Fale. Spear on Omega by Tonga Loa. Ibushi hits the lariat on Tama Tonga. Pop-up gun stun from Tama Tonga gets the win. Kind of looked like shit, as Ibushi's feet were already on the mat pretty much when he hit the cutter. But Tama Tonga with 6 points. BC Firing Squad lay out Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, and Chase Owens chase him off of chairs, which then our next match, the co-main event, Kenny Omega versus Toru Yano. Toru Yano comes right in from his entrance. Right when the bell rings, Yano pins Omega, gets a 2 count. Chase Owens jumps up. The funny little spot here as Chase Owens jumps up to stop Omega going into an exposed buckle, basically sacrificing himself for the greater good as Yano kicks Chase Owens out of the ring. Yano tries it again to throw Omega into the exposed buckle, but Hangman throws the pad to Chase Owens, who puts it back on the buckle before Omega hits it. Very good comedy stuff there. I got a good chuckle out of that. Yano takes all the buckle pads off the buckles and lays them down flat in the middle of the ring. Yano does a suplex on Omega, who lands on him, sells it for a second, and sits back up. Another good comedy spot, obviously just took a suplex onto basically a padded mat. So, trying to say it didn't affect him. That was great. Great stuff there. They go to the outside. Yano tries to tape Omega's arm. A young boy comes and tries to stop him, but Yano just tapes the young boy and Omega's arms to each other. That was, a cool little spot, as Omega then drags the young boy back with him into the ring. Omega has to slap around the young boy to wake him up, and they deliver a team lariat. V-triggered by Omega, goes for a German suplex. Yano grabs Red Shoes. Yano low blows both Omega and Red Shoes. Bullet Club firing squad run back in and attack both the guys. Now they just clean house. Tama Tonga hits a gun stun on both guys, puts Yano on top of Omega, and Toru Yano gets the win. Those fucking trap matches, man, I talked about in the last review. The idea of both the Golden Lovers losing their matches, and fuck, they did it. They lost them both. Toru Yano just beat the IWGP Heavyweight Champion in a singles match. Last time that has happened was 2011, the G1 Climax against Hiroshi Tanahashi, which was, in my opinion, Yano's best match he's ever done, so there's that. But one of the best comedy matches you'll see from New Japan this year, comparing it to their last match, the last year's G1, I did feel like this one was better just because of the surprise Yano win, and it was a more story-based. The last one was probably more silly, but this one had kind of more of a purpose, and it still had its comedy stuff, which of course it was, because Kenny Omega's, God bless him, one of the best comedy guys out there. As, that was Yano with 4 points, though. How about that? Yano beat fucking the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. I really hope they still do like a IWGP Heavyweight title match with Yano and Omega at a big show. I don't even care. People probably hate it, but I'll love it. Main event, though, and match of the night for me, Sonata vs. Tetsuya Naito, the LIJ members colliding here, as this was very excited to see. And, sure, we'll talk about the finish when we get there, but just as a whole, was very excited to see how this one played out. As while Naito was taking off his entrance gear, interesting note from Sonata, who just did not look at Naito, just refused to look at him. He either closed his eyes or look into the crowd. Just kind of interesting stuff there. So they fist bump in the ring right when the bell sounds, and Naito attacks him first. Great sequence from both guys, ending with Naito going for the Tranquila pose with Sonata dropkicking him in the face. That was fucking awesome. Good sequence there. That was fucking great. As Sonata and Naito go up the ramp, Naito does his backbreaker into a dropkick into the back of Sonata. Naito spits on Sonata, who Sonata spits right back at him. Love that. As Sonata with his leapfrog dropkick spot into the springboard crossbody to the floor onto Tetsuya Naito there. I fucking love that spot. Yeah, that's the thing. Obviously, you'll see throughout this tournament, and you'll see as a viewer, new train, you see the guys who do their common spots. That's one of my favorite ones in all of wrestling. Sonata's double leapfrog dropkick into the springboard crossbody to the floor. I love that shit. Both guys go for the German suplexes and land on their feet. So again, crazy athleticism from Sonata, but yeah, they're Naito. Naito's, he's a guy you don't really hear about as a crazy good athlete, but shows it off there. Step up tornado DDT from Tetsuya Naito using the ropes. Gloria from Naito. Sonata kicks out. As boy, I remember those days when that was his finish 2 years ago. Like, that was Gloria as a finisher. That's like a 3 out of 10. Not very good, but the Destino, very, very much an improvement. As a beautiful tiger suplex from Sonata gets a 2 count. Sonata kicks out of a half a Destino. That's when we'll start calling this now. Where really Naito doesn't do the full transition into the Destino, where he ducks kind of the arm and then goes up and under for the Destino. When he just kind of halfly does it, when he like counters someone and he just does the reverse DDT out of it. Yeah, that's kind of how I see it. Even though it's the Japan commentators and Milano and Shinpei, they usually will say it's a Destino, or even Liger if he's on commentary. He was on this show. you'll see them, they'll probably just say it's just a Destino. But for me, just to at least protect the integrity of the move, I just call those half Destinos. As Sonata hits the full version of Destino on Naito, though, who kicks out at 2, skulls in by Sonata. Sonata misses the moonsault, both men trade shots. Sonata goes for a roll up of the bridge, Naito kicks out at fucking 2.99. Scary spot here where Naito tries to throw Sonata up over his head into the buckle, but Sonata falls short. That could have went really bad if, like, Sonata would have kept on going. He would have, like, Sabu'd himself and got dumped right on his head. That would have been really bad. But luckily, nobody got fucked up. As I think it also, like, Sonata tried to grab the ropes, and they realized he was too far, and it fucked him up maybe more. Maybe that saved his fall, though, too, in a way. So that could have been very bad. Luckily, looked like Sonata didn't get hurt. But Sonata shows some fighting spirit. But Naito shuts him down with a Destino for the win. Naito with 12 points there. As, I was hoping Sonata would get a win there, as just kind of me being a huge fan of Sonata is kind of going like, oh, that he beats an upset. Especially with this show, there were so many upsets with Juice, because really I felt Juice was going to win all the rest of his block matches. Once he started winning a couple of them, he'd keep on going. But, it was still a great match. Naito winning, though, opens up to what's going to happen. I'll talk about more of the standings as we are wrapping up the show. But post-match, Naito does his usual post-match promo speech, talking about all the guys in LJ, and then they do their little fist bump spot. But at first, Naito doesn't say Hiromu's name. The crowd start chanting it. Naito does it again, and this time he says Hiromu, and, of course, goes into it, the full end of it. Naito then afterwards does the fist bump spot to Hiromu's jacket, enough to bring a tear to your eye. Let me tell you, that was some awesome shit there. So we have Kenny Omega and Tetsuya Naito tied for first with 12 points in the Block B, as Ibushi second with 10 points, and we've got a 3-man possibility for the winner of Block B. As if Omega beats Ibushi, he's the winner of Block B. Pretty much, If Omega beats Ibushi, he's the winner of Block B. If Ibushi beats Omega, he's the winner of Block B. If Naito beats Zack Sabre Jr. in the Golden Lovers match as a draw, he's the winner of Block B. Fucking crazy. Awesome how both Block A and B have a 3-guy race for the winners of their blocks. Very different scenarios, too, because, really Block A, it's down to... it just win or lose from the Okada-Tanahashi match, and depending on how Jay White does, that's basically how it goes. But this, it's down to, when Naito beats Zack Sabre Jr., now we have a 3-guy possibility. We have 3 different scenarios where we can have 3 different winners of a block, so that's really cool. As we got a break for 1 day at least, and then we're going to Budokan. The last of the block matches in the finals. Can't fucking wait. Been talking about it throughout these entire reviews. I'm fucking excited to see it. As I'll see you guys for the review of Day 17. The last of Block A round matches. Fucking Okada, Tanahashi, Jay White, Evil. Some big implications on those matches. Can't wait to see how it goes. And hope to see you there. Take care.